We begin this afternoon show in the AFC Championship as the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens 17-10. The Chiefs advance to their fourth Super Bowl in the last 5 years. In this game, Patrick Mahomes, he went 30 for 39. He threw for 241 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce, he had 11 receptions for 116 receiving yards. For the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he went 20 of 37. He threw for 272 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Here's Lamar Jackson after the game.
I'm not frustrated at all. I'm angry about losing. We're a game away from the Super Bowl. We've been waiting all this time, all these moments for an opportunity like this, and we failed. But I feel like our team, we gonna build. This offseason we're gonna get right, get better, grind, and try to be in this position again. But on the other side of victory.
There's always gonna be questions, comments, opinions. That's just with humans that can speak and have a mouth. That's most people are gonna do that day in and day out. So who cares? Honestly, that's how I think about it. I really don't really care about the opinions of him nor the team. At the end of the day, he's the leader of this team.
That was Lamar Jackson and other Ravens players following their 17-10 loss to the to the Kansas City Chiefs, rather, in the AFC Championship game. So, I'm in a good mood today. So, I want to start off on a positive note and start off with the positives from this game before I discuss the negatives from this game. And one of the positives from this game, and it's something that I have been reluctant and has been hard for me to accept, but it's time for me to be honest about what I'm witnessing, and it's time for me to be honest about what I am seeing. And I have to acknowledge that what Patrick Mahomes is currently doing with this Kansas City Chiefs team is nothing short of sensational. And for a long time, I struggled with acknowledging Patrick Mahomes' greatness because I was jealous. I was a little bit bitter because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, and the greatest quarterback I've ever seen play live in action is Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers never had the Super Bowls that Tom Brady had, but everyone who watched football could tell that Aaron Rodgers was more talented than Tom Brady was. So that was always my argument. Like when I used to argue with Patriot fans, I used to always say, yes, Tom Brady is the most accomplished quarterback in NFL history because he's won a lot of Super Bowls. But when you look at strictly talent, Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. And out of nowhere, this Patrick Mahomes kid comes into the NFL, and every single year since Patrick Mahomes has been the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, they've been in the AFC Championship game. And so during Aaron Rodgers' last few years in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers led the Packers to a top 2 seed in the NFC, and they got to the playoffs and lost in the NFC Championship game to the 49ers. They got to the NFC divisional round of the playoffs a year where they were the number 1 seed in the NFC, and they lost in the divisional round of the playoffs to the 49ers yet again. And so I was feeling like, man, as a Packers fan, we haven't won since 2010. Our time is now. And we got one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history on our team. So it's our time. And Patrick Mahomes came along. And in the last 6 years, Patrick Mahomes has been the undisputed best quarterback in the NFL. And I had a hard time coming to reality and accepting this truth, but it is the truth. Patrick Mahomes is not only the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Patrick Mahomes could be the greatest quarterback in NFL history when it's all said and done. We have never seen what Patrick Mahomes is currently doing in NFL history. Not at all. And you look at what Patrick Mahomes has done since he lost to the Bengals in the 2021 AFC Championship game. This is Patrick Mahomes since he lost to the Bengals in 2021. Patrick Mahomes, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's 6-0. He averages 259 passing yards per game, completing 70% of his passes. His passer rating is 107.6. This is since he lost to the Bengals in 2021. He's the first ever to go 6 straight playoff games with no interceptions. 6 straight playoff games with no interceptions. And these are Patrick Mahomes' playoff career all-time ranks. He has 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's ranked first in NFL history. He averages 309 passing yards per game. That's ranked first in NFL history. He completes 67% of his passes. That's ranked first in NFL history. His passer rating is 106.3. That also is ranked first in NFL history. And he wins 82% of his games in the playoffs. He's 14-3 in the playoffs all time. That also is ranked first in NFL history. And this is among all quarterbacks with 10 or more starts in NFL history. So he's ranked first in all these major categories from the quarterback position: win percentage, total yards per game, touchdown to interception ratio, passer rating, completion percentage. And this is the thing. Coming into the playoffs this year, remember during the regular season, everyone was counting the Chiefs out. We saw late in the season the Chiefs get beat by the Las Vegas Raiders in Kansas City. And so many people believed, hey, the Chiefs could be one and done. The Chiefs could lose in the opening round of the playoffs and not make the AFC Championship game this year. And in these first 3 rounds of the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, they blew out the Miami Dolphins in Kansas City, and then they rolled into Buffalo, beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And in the AFC Championship game, going up against the Baltimore Ravens, who had been the favorites all season long, and Lamar Jackson is the favorite to win NFL MVP, Patrick Mahomes beat Lamar Jackson in his house. The man beat Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL currently, in their house when it mattered the most. And so there is nothing else for me to say. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback currently in the NFL, and he's already a top 3 quarterback in NFL history. And by the end of his career, and maybe sooner, we may be talking about Patrick Mahomes being the greatest of all time. Because, yes, Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, but Tom Brady has never been as talented as Patrick Mahomes is. Never. And I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady is probably the most clutch quarterback in NFL history, but he doesn't have the talent that Patrick Mahomes has. He doesn't. And so I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes, and I have to be honest about what I'm witnessing. And this dude is on another level. And again, Aaron Rodgers, he has great talent, but Patrick Mahomes has great talent, but he also has the playoff success and a better playoff resume than Aaron Rodgers could ever dream of having. Therefore, I can no longer bring up Aaron Rodgers in the GOAT conversation. It's literally Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And when you compare Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, this is their first 7 seasons in the NFL. This is their record, including the playoffs. Tom Brady was 82-26. Patrick Mahomes, 87-25. Tom Brady, he averages 225 passing yards per game. Patrick Mahomes averages 296 passing yards per game. This is in their first 7 seasons in the NFL. Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowl championships in his first 7 seasons in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes has 2, but he could have 3 here in the next 2 weeks. So Patrick Mahomes is well on his way to not only being better than Tom Brady from a statistical standpoint, but we already know he's better than Tom Brady from a talent standpoint. And so I can't say enough about Patrick Mahomes. I have to give him his flowers, and I have to give the entire Chiefs coaching staff their flowers as well. And I'm going to get to Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens here shortly, but head coach Andy Reid and defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, they coached circles around John Harbaugh and Todd Monken in the AFC Championship game. It was an embarrassing performance for John Harbaugh and Todd Monken, and I'm going to get to them here shortly, but I have to give credit to Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid. Their game plan was amazing in this matchup. And what they were able to do was they came into the game, and in the first 2 drives, they came out firing on all cylinders. The first drive for the Chiefs, Mahomes drives them down on a big-time drive. This is I'm looking at the play-by-play. The Chiefs on their first drive, they go 10 plays, 86 yards. And Patrick Mahomes throws a beautiful touchdown pass to Travis Kelce. And by the way, Travis Kelce in this game, 11 targets, 11 receptions, 116 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. And it's the thing. Throughout the regular season, we were asking, what's going on with Travis Kelce? Okay, he had some drops in the regular season. But when the moment presented itself and you needed Travis Kelce to make plays, Travis Kelce delivered for Andy Reid, for Patrick Mahomes, and for the Kansas City Chiefs yet again. He has been sensational in the playoffs. Travis Kelce, you can tell he's in a great place in his life. He got Taylor Swift, but you can tell since the playoffs have started, he's been focused. He's been focused. And 11 receptions, 116 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. That connection with Patrick Mahomes, it may be the greatest connection from a quarterback to a receiver in the NFL history. Seriously, I know Travis Kelce is technically a tight end, but he catches the ball like a receiver. And so that might be the greatest quarterback to receiver connection in NFL history. Yes, better than Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Yes, even possibly better than Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. They are that great. And that back shoulder in the first quarter on the first possession for the Chiefs, that Mahomes to Kelce on the back shoulder, it was sensational. Only Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce can make that play. Just them. And so I thought Andy Reid offensively, he did a tremendous job running the football in this game. You look at their rushing attempts, the Chiefs had 25 rushing attempts by their running backs. 24 for Pacheco, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire only had 1 carry, but they stayed committed to the running game. And for the game, the Chiefs, they had only 89 rushing yards, but I thought they kept the Ravens defense honest. They kept them honest. And so, again, I thought the Chiefs coaching staff significantly outcoached the Ravens coaching staff. And one more thing about Mahomes before I get to Lamar. Mahomes, I think we have learned our lesson when it comes to betting against Patrick Mahomes. You do not bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. This is Patrick Mahomes as a betting underdog in his career. They were underdogs last year in the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. Chiefs beat the Eagles 38-35. They were underdogs in the divisional round of the playoffs against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Chiefs beat the Bills 27-24. They were underdogs against the Ravens in the AFC Championship game, and the Chiefs beat the Ravens 17-10. When are we going to stop betting against Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of football. And the thing is, before I get to Lamar, while we criticize Lamar Jackson, we criticize Josh Allen for not being able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It makes me think of the Michael Jordan era in Chicago, because we know how great MJ was. So we never criticized Reggie Miller. We never criticized Charles Barkley. We never criticized Patrick Ewing, because they were losing to Michael Jordan. That's what I'm starting to feel like when it comes to Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. How can I criticize Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson for losing to Patrick Mahomes? He's the Michael Jordan of football. I didn't criticize Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller for losing to Michael Jordan, the greatest NBA player of all time. When you're in that era, you're going to come up short when it matters the most against the GOAT. That's the only thing. Like, I can't, like, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, they're playing in the wrong era. They're playing in the wrong era. If they were playing in a different era, it's possible Lamar and Josh Allen could possibly already have a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow did beat Patrick Mahomes one time in the 2021 AFC Championship game, but he lost in the Super Bowl. And that's the thing. If you find a way to beat Patrick Mahomes, you better capitalize. You damn well better capitalize. And unfortunately, Joe Burrow wasn't able to capitalize in the 2021 season. And so I can't say enough about this Kansas City Chiefs football team. They are in another Super Bowl. It's their fourth Super Bowl in the last 5 years. And the thing is, they're trying to do something that the last three teams who were defending Super Bowl champions haven't been able to do. So in the last three opportunities for the defending Super Bowl champs to reach the Super Bowl, they all lost. The 2014 Seahawks, they lost the next year. The 2017 Patriots, they lost the next year. And the Chiefs lost when they made the Super Bowl and they lost to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So no team has been able to repeat since the 2004 New England Patriots. Nobody's been able to repeat. So this is in the last 25 years. So the Chiefs are trying to do something that hasn't been done since 2004. But, man, shout out to Steve Spagnuolo, man, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Defensively, the Chiefs this year, the Chiefs in the postseason, they've allowed opponents to only score 14 points per game. They have 4 takeaways, and opponents are only converting on 30% of their third downs. So they have been amazing defensively, and Steve Spagnuolo deserves some of that credit. Now, when it comes to the Chiefs, just real quick, by the numbers, the Chiefs, they have 89 wins. This includes the postseason since 2018. That's the most by any team over a 6-season span in NFL history. The Chiefs have 14 postseason wins since 2018. That's the most by any team over a 6 season span in NFL history, and they are the third team with 4 Super Bowl appearances in a 5-season span. They joined the Patriots when they went to the Super Bowl in the 2014-2018 window, and the Bills when they went to the Super Bowl in the 1990 and 1993 window. So this is very, very, very unprecedented territory when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I can't say enough about the job that Andy Reid has done. And this has been a tremendous, tremendous run for Patrick Mahomes. It is literally Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, and then there's everyone else. This man is having an outstanding career, and we've never seen this before. And it's about time that I start acknowledging what I'm seeing and come around to the party and join the party. This dude is a baller. He's a baller, and he's the real deal.